was a huge Asuri dominance in the Winter Championship in general, but it's less of like flavor of the month and more of just like that's what kind of SAC have been doing for like years now, and that's just what happens that Godly is playing as well. Neeze, however, holy cow, that's just it.
Neeze, what did he do to you? Like, what a
14 seconds.
start.
You know, and so that's another interesting thing too. I don't know if this is true, but I'm pretty certain it's true. Neeze might as well be as close to already out. And so something that could happen in a round robin is kind of like, well, I've got nothing to lose. So
yeah,
you
so
start
going
crazy, and then you're like, well, I should have been playing like this the whole time. Let's see if SAC can adjust, because that was a 14-second 0 to knockout.
Yeah, I mean, like honestly, he's got the damage back on here, but as you said, I think with the fact that Asuri became so popular in the last few months, everyone's probably getting used to playing against this character, used to playing against guitars. Oh man,
what? Neeze, he is it's reckless abandon right now for his own stock. It goes for the D-Light dash up recovery. You got to check out that challenge system in Brawlhalla. You can check it out next to the tutorials.
Got to get a little practice in right there, bro.
Dash up recovery, but he gets the knockout anyways. I mean, I'm joking around right now because Neeze is destroying SAC.
Absolutely handling him.
My goodness.
Yeah, what happened? Like, what did he say to you before this match started for Neeze to be playing like this? As you said, it could be that, like, I have nothing to lose now. I can just do whatever I think. I'm not going to overthink anything because it doesn't even matter. And, like, honestly, his first thoughts are his best thoughts right now.
Other side of the same coin, SAC could really be putting the pressure on him, realizing how important this win is.
Yep.
Because that was what I was highlighting as well, because he's in that 4-2 position. Getting this win would guarantee that he gets out in top 4, and getting this loss means that it suddenly becomes a lot harder.
Okay. Is it going to be a reach stat, but doesn't actually get punished for it either. It was over the edge, so able to fall down, wall pat off the. Okay, it was like, does he want the weapon, or he's like, I'm going to finish this like this? Might actually finish this unarmed. Does manage to pick up yet another set of guitars though, and wow, what a recovery, dropping up just low enough to go ahead and pick him up and send him packing. What a first game from Neeze. I mean, that was like a 1 minute and 30-second game.
Yeah, and he did 548 damage on Lucian. we can't even use the same narrative that we were using with Luna a little bit earlier there. But SAC taking a step back, looking at that little, he seems to have an idea of what he wants to do next, and I don't even think he's going to switch over from, because we saw SAC bring out the Tesca against Radish to bring Radish to game number 5. That's a possibility here with this matchup against Neeze, but I think SAC's looking at that game 1 and going like, okay, you caught me off guard, I adapted, but I didn't have the stocks in order to get the win back. Let's see what happens here in game number 2.
Oh.
And that's not great for Neeze.
That's not how you want to start that thing off, so yeah, I mean, SAC is now going to be the one taking the stock within less than 10 seconds, or well, about 15, I think. But
yeah, regardless,
that's not how you want to start these games off, being this far down this early. I don't even think he really put any damage on his SAC. He's sitting like an egg white right now.
Well, at least we don't have to ask SAC the question of what did he do to you, right? Because we saw what he did to him game 1, and now SAC is kind of returning the favor.
Oh,
Neeze
yeah.
is fighting back off stage. Down to could be the knockout here, but he misspaces the ground pound, and SAC gets the recovery back to stage. An edge guard here could be huge, but Neeze just falls right down with an attack. Side light, down light could be a lot here. SAC goes for the double D light, and that side spike of Neeze is down to 1 stock under a minute. This is a set.
It's a back and forth for sure. Like whoever takes that first stock seems to be like, oh, I will never relinquish control of this match. So
I think he's about to. That was so close. Neeze uses his recovery while sweating to get back to stage. Okay, SAC dodges right through that, falls to the neutral air, and well, with no dodge, you are going for a paint train. Just look at that. 5, 6, 7. SAC brings Neeze into red. He's on the verge of a 3-stock here, and Neeze just fighting to stop that from happening. And okay, really, you gotta get it. You gotta get into the challenge.
We gotta hit something here, Neeze.
That is just, he missed the dash again.
Okay, yeah. Might actually have to go to the trials. Okay,
it's there. We have the tools. Blasters are basically only good if you can hit that combo. That's a complete annihilation coming out there from SAC, and I would say that's a good adaptation, TK. That was pretty good.
I mean, I don't think there's anything else you can say about it. Like that literally took a stock at like 13 seconds and then just ran with it a full-on 3-stock, complete annihilation, all based on that guy's voice right there when he said it.
3,
wow.
2,
yeah, and then SAC did the cinematic neck crack. After that one, he's like, all right, I'm warmed up. We're going right back into it. And they're not switching off Legends here. And I think that if we continue at this rate, I think SAC is going to completely demolish Neeze. But let's see. Neeze has an opportunity to adjust back. And we've had a one-to-one situation here where it's Neeze's turn, basically.
Yeah, I mean, it is definitely Neeze's turn, potentially. Or maybe SAC says, you know what, I'm stealing turns right here. It's not.
Yeah, I mean, the games doesn't actually work that way. Like
Yeah.
you could just be like, oh, now I'm winning. But at least from the perspective of like what has to happen here, Neeze has to show that he can adapt in the same way that SAC just did. Because we did just get to see back-to-back 3 stocks.
Okay. Okay, big bet right there. I mean, honestly, everyone's got to try. First stock, I think that's a first stock bet. Like, I can hit it, or if I don't, it's fine. I've already done enough damage. Like, I should be able to come back on the second stock and really like even it up so I don't get too far behind. But
You're on one side of the stage, your opponent's on the other. You're like, you know what? Now I'm going to use the Falcon Punch. That's what's happening right there. Yes, you know, once a game. You put that out. I think Neeze did a great job punishing there. D-line side air goes in for the ground pound.
Nice.
And that's, yeah, he just gets sent down to the bottom of the stage for that one.
yeah, that was at this, like, Neeze just held it. This moment he knew. Like you're not gonna be able to get past this. So like I might as well keep going.
Well, right, because I think in a way, even though he got punished for it, it was smart because he was like, the fastest way I'm going to escape a punish is if I keep going down the ground pound. And SAC just plays around it well anyways. This is very close for game number 3. I think both players have adapted well to each other's playstyle here, and now we just have ourselves a game where we'll have to see if they put out more crazy stuff like that side stick before. This is a good edge guard opportunity for SAC.
Okay, actually catching him right there through the weapon toss as well. So very smart usage of the recovery. Oh, and that's going to be another one. Does get him off the top. I like that dodge that you saw SAC do, because we haven't seen a lot of down air and 2 side airs today from the Blasters. So good little mix of good little awareness there from SAC to go ahead and get through that. But he is hurting. I'm trying to get a little something going on this stock. Oh, wow.
That's awesome. Yeah, weapon throw picks up the guitars again anyways. Okay, I thought he was going to do something with it, but he just went back to stage. SAC gets hit by the Sair. That's enough force to knock him out, and we've got ourselves an even game 3. Yeah, lots of pressure here on the line, mostly for SAC in my opinion, but in that sense, like, let's see how this plays out here, because Neeze is playing very recklessly in the most entertaining way possible. Like, look at that. Gravity Cancel D-Light. That was crazy.
Okay, SAC Neeze. I mean, this is down to, right down the middle here. Whoa. SAC looking for a big player. Oh, and it's just back and forth. All right, he managed to make it through, man. If he got hit on the bottom side of that nair, that was going to be the game. SAC, though. Hold on.
Neeze just gets right above him. Okay, SAC was waiting for a landing of any kind of move, and Neeze just doesn't let him have it. Oh, the nair came through. I thought he would just dip down, get the recovery. The side stick!
Was a close one.
Wow!
Are you real? The options right there, like, it looked like he was like, it just, oh, this is the last thing I can do here. He had the sweat beads come out, then he down airs out of sweat beads, turns around side 6.
Yeah, that was really impressive. What was interesting to me about it, too, is that because it was like a complete last-second change in pace to how Neeze was playing, where he was just kind of like, go, 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 constantly putting out moves, and then a moment where he just stands there, does the dash back, gets the side stick and the landing in, and he takes the game, and now SAC has got his back against the wall here. Neeze could beat SAC here 3-1 and completely upturn the bracket here in terms of what the results were going to be. This is SAC's chance for a guaranteed trip into top 4. And Neeze is saying, you know what? Actually, it's not that easy.
So, I just want to ruin your bracket.
I mean, at a certain point, right? Yeah, just play the best that you can.
I used to have a friend, he's still my friend. I have a friend that used to play back in the day named Malcolm, and he would play pools, and he would get out of pools, and then he would just forfeit. And that's kind of what Neeze is doing right now. I'm holding you down. I just want you to know I'm holding you down, and then I'm going to leave.
Oh, man. That's, yeah, and that kind of pressure is crazy, right?
Yeah.
Because he's got nothing to lose, and SAC's got a lot on the line here right now. Recovery comes through, and under a minute, he does take that stock from Neeze, but Neeze has been playing pretty fantastic. I think the one weakness that I've seen from Neeze's play here with the Lucian pickup is that we have yet to see him execute the Blaster's D-Light recovery. And when that knockout option's off the board, it's so critical for Lucian when you have the Blasters because he lacks that force, because the recovery carries you so high towards the top of the stage, you can actually get some really early knockouts with it. So if Neeze can't get that, we could see SAC bringing this to a game 5 and potentially winning the set if Neeze keeps being put on the Blasters.
Big movement right there.
Oh, well, you also could just damage him enough to get the Sair, and that could work.
All right, so SAC is going to be put down to his second stock, but you know, with the way these matches have been going, like the damage really just gets added up so quickly, regardless of what weapon is in hand. I do think the Katars usually are the ones that they're both favoring, but SAC actually has had a sword in his hand for quite a bit of these matches. We're going to have to look at those stats and, you know, see the damage that he's putting out on that sword compared to his Katars.
Oh,
okay. Might have
other
been a mess
way
up
with
there.
the down sig. Yeah, now SAC is an edge guard. Yeah, he's been mostly on the sword this game in general, which I think was mostly Katars. But yeah, he's just been very well rounded on the Asuri in general. There's the D-Light recovery. Nice early knockout. SAC. This is the moment where it's like if Neeze picks up blasters, even though Lucian's like 3/4, it takes him off the top of the stage.
Oh, trying to double recover. I mean, it wasn't going to finish that early, but like still, just wanted that little extra damage. And blasters back in hand. I mean, Neeze. Not to say that his blasters aren't hitting, because he does have a couple of you know, stocks with him, but he's not been so consistent on the downlight recovery.
Yeah.
So far in these sets that we've been watching, isn't going to be able to get that. Tries to get a little mix though.
Nice wait from SAC there as well. Waiting up, because you had the fall at the end of that move. There's the pickup recovery there. Gets him knocking off the top of the stage. Only went to orange. But yeah, I really can. SAC and Neeze are so good. Both players doing things where when they see their opponent pick an option, they wait the duration of that option out just perfectly to get the biggest punish off of it as possible. These recoveries from SAC are fantastic. Oh, but Neeze! That was close.
Yeah, man, they are both looking for the double dip on the recovery right there, but okay, big damage. Throws his weapon away though. Now on to the blasters. Could this have been a fatal decision for him, or is he going to be able to get this
You
W?
could just get the win with it right now. Is this it, TK? The first D-Light recovery of the day. Oh, but he puts the gravity cancel sidelight. D-Light recovery comes out in one way, but not the way I was looking for. As SAC gets it unarmed and takes Neeze off the top to bring it to a game number 5.
That's how you do it. Got to keep himself alive here. 586 to the 546 damage. So he did put the damage out there, which means he was, you know, he was ready to go ahead and take that their game. But into game 5 now. SAC needs this W to go ahead and put himself in a really good spot in this top 4, or Neeze is going to hold him down right here, right now.
And Neeze switches over to the Tigress. Epic crossover for Asuri. So we've got ourselves a ditto going on right now. So where Neeze is looking at this, he's going like, okay, the blasters are going to pull me back. I'm going to bring up the sword, and now we have a Katar ditto where I get that extra bit of knockout power that I didn't have with Lucian, because unlike Luna, I don't think Neeze had the most successful signature game when it came to getting those knockouts. So when you take out Lucian's hard-hitting signatures, you just kind of have a character that can't knock out, right? So, so switching over to the Asuri to make that adjustment, if you're just going to be playing that neutral with those light attacks, I think is a really good idea.
Okay. Neeze playing, I feel like slightly more patient right now, but he's starting to get punished quite a bit for the few times that he does try to jump in. But here we go. A little stage control here. Nice movement here from SAC to get that fadeaway nair. Get back to the center stage as well. Just I mean, he is getting like damage racked up by these neutralites, but it doesn't matter. Neeze managed to find himself a very opportune recovery and gets that stock.
Yeah, let's see if SAC can equalize quickly. No, Neeze, that's huge. That's like the amount of extra credit that you're looking for, and then anything after that, you're just kind of like, wow, this is amazing.
I'm saucing. Yeah, like, I mean, you get like one good, like, opening combo, you're like, all right, I put myself ahead, but how much more?
I mean, he's going the distance there. There's the recovery to get him through. SAC has been fantastic with these recoveries where he'll hit with the Katar Neutralite, and then he'll go off stage with like a chase dodge, and then he'll pivot with the momentum to get the recovery as they try to jump around it. And he gets those knockouts all the time. But Neeze is still pushing this lead even further. I mean, Neeze gets the down sig. Is this going to be the knockout with the weapon throw? Forces the dodge. Edge guard opportunity. Ooh. No, SAC punches his way back onto stage.
Okay, yeah, gets a little two-piece on that too. You know, side air and 2 of the chase dodge neutral air. Create a little more space. Yeah. Where was he going to go? It's a great lineup right there from Neeze, who, again, if he takes this W, puts SAC in a real bad position.
It just makes the whole entire bracket just it turns it on its head.
Yep.
This is crazy. And Neeze opening up with a huge Katar streak. The side tick gets a little bit of extra damage there on the jump, but Neeze with that clash gets even more damage. D-Light gravity cancel side light. Okay, SAC really trying to bring the game back, because that's not true. You're just kind of hoping that you could steal a stock with that.
Right, yeah, like you're like hoping like they're like, all right, well, he's not going to press anything because you think of the guarantee.
Oh no, SAC! He bets it all on the ground pound, and Neeze with the crazy punish weapon throw on our D-Light ground pound gets the win on a 2-stock and takes SAC down, getting his win here. And really, like, I don't even know what the bracket's going to look like here, guys. I was looking at SAC has some amazing wins in the bracket. Just taking a look at this, right? SAC 3-0s Stingray, 3-1s Luna, 3-1s